Hey all, this is lesson 2, corresponding parts and scale factors. Our learning target is I can describe what the scale factor has to do with the figure and its scaled copy. Make sure that you have your notes for lesson 2 before you go on. All right, so we have some vocabulary words I want you to write in. The first part, when an original figure matches up with a part of a copy, we call them corresponding parts. So make sure you write in corresponding. These could be points. They could also be segments or angles or distances. So corresponding would be when it matches up. So you can have a corresponding point, you can have a corresponding segment, you can have a corresponding angle, or you can have a corresponding distance. Now let's focus on corresponding parts. So if you had, let's go to the next one because it's the same. So you see that? AB, DE. Those are corresponding segments. All right, so let's look at this one. It's the one that you just saw. The point B in the first triangle corresponds to point BE because they are in the same. Segment AC corresponds to segment DE. They're the same ones. I said DE, I meant DF. Sorry. DF. And then the last one, BCA, that's how you read it, BCA corresponds to, it would be the exact same one, EFD. And you read it the same direction, BCA, EFD. Those are the corresponding points, segments, and angles. All right, so now we have some more vocabulary words about scale factor. To create a scaled copy, we multiply all the lengths in the original figure by a number called the scale factor. So write those down. Example, the scale factor of that one that we were just looking at is 1.5 because 4 times 1.5 would give you 6. 5 times 1.5 would give you 7.5. And 6 times 1.5 would give you 9. So every single one of them have a scaled factor. In that last lesson, we talked about how it was 1.5 times bigger or 1.5 times bigger. The scale factor is 1.5. All right, so let's look at this last part here, the corresponding parts. There's a lot going on right here, but let's focus in. Point B corresponds to point what? So if you look at it, this is point B. Point B. And it corresponds to point H. So make sure in this one you write H. I don't think I have the ability to, hang on. Here, let me turn on the pen. H. There we go. And then segment AF, which is right here, corresponds to segment, it would be the exact same one, and it would be GL. And then finally, segment DEF, so DEF corresponds to angle, and the exact same one, JKL. JKL. All right. Make sure you get that down before we go on to the next slide. All right. And then the last slide here, scale factor. The scale factor from polygon 1 to 2. So we got to figure out what the scale factor from polygon 1 to 2 is. So we can look at our corresponding parts. We know that this is 2.8 and its corresponding length is 5.6. So if you do 5.6 divided by 2.8, 5.6 divided by 2.8, and when you divide that, you get 2. And because these are the same, then all of these are going to be 2. So 1.3 times 2 is 2.6, so that would be correct. 2 times 2 is 4, so that would be correct. So for every single one of them, the scale factor is 2. So then we would just multiply everything by 2 and we would get the next one. So it is asking for, on this one, the measure of HI. So it's asking for this one right here. So we need to just multiply this by 2. So 3.2 times 2 would be 6.4. And then the measure of GHI, that's an angle. So we need to figure out what the angle is of ABC. Now, we will not multiply this by 2 because the corresponding angles are the exact same measure. Because if you were to multiply that by 2 and get 210 degrees, that would change the shape. And you don't want to change the shape because 210 degrees would be bigger than 180 and it would kind of go out like that. And that definitely will change the shape. And you definitely don't want to change the shape here. So the angles, the corresponding angles are going to be the exact same thing. So this would be 105 degrees. Okay, I hope this helped you, and let me know if you have any questions. Have a great rest of your day.